I'm sitting here with Katie Whitaker, and Katie just finished doing a year of first practicum and internship with us, and then she did such a great job for us. We actually kept her on and paid her part-time to train the new incoming interns. And Katie has now completed her master's in counseling psychology with a concentration on clinical, right? And has some really interesting story to share. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. Let's talk some about growing up. Where do you come from? What's your background?
I come from a single mother home of 2, now 3, but growing up it was only 2 of us. Me and I have a brother who is 3 years younger than me, 2.5 if you ask him. But that growing up, my mom always told me and my brother she wants us to be better than her. Always want us to be better than her. So she always put that drive and that force behind me to do so. Nothing less than an A. Possibly a B would be acceptable to bring home, definitely not a C. She always had these big dreams of me being a doctor or a lawyer or something that's just so phenomenal. So she encouraged me in plenty of ways, which later became a battle between the two of myself and Burden. Because I'm like, oh, I want to please Mom. That's what I love to do. But then I want to please myself too. So it became
And have a good life all at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So tell us what about your education.
All right. I graduated with my undergrad from UAB, University of Alabama at Birmingham. Go Blazers. And in psychology with a theater minor. And then I took a year off, got my mind back set.
Your thoughts were doing what? Okay, psychology with a theater minor.
I said, I know what I want to do. I'm going to have a perfect clash of psychodrama. I actually discovered that my senior year of getting my bachelor's. So psychodrama, I even looked into different programs that offered degrees in expressive art therapies. But different things happened, and I ended up at A&M, Alabama Agricultural and Mechanical University. Go Bulldogs. And I obtained my master's degree. So it was best of 2 worlds. I went to PWI and HBCU, and I love it. And so it was definitely an earful.
Okay. So, kind of talk to us some about your experience in education. Start talking some about as you moved into internship with us. Tell us about what those experiences were like for you.
Okay, so yes. Coming here, I got into testing even more, which was a really great thing. I originally dabbled in testing back when I took my use and interpretations of test class with Dr. Davis. She offered us to go and test at elementary schools locally to do the PPVT testing, which is the Peabody Picture Vocabulary Test, 4th edition. And it was a great experience. And once I came here to Longwood, it was just, oh man, more in depth, more learning about it, and a totally different array of tests. It wasn't just one. So I got to learn about so many different tests and actually work with clients and see different perspectives.
So one of the things that we did some group supervision. One of the big focuses I put on is not just how do you do therapy or how to do testing, but what do you want?
Yes.
And I remember one of the things that you really struggled with was, as it was dawning on you, it's going to be hard to make a living doing drama therapy, or expressive arts therapies, but you really were looking for some fun and some adventure in your life. You've been feeling the burden of all those years of doing your very, very, very best at everything you did, as well as the fact you were working. How many hours a week at the post office?
At the post office, I was doing 6 days a week, anywhere from 8 to 12-hour shifts. More likely it was going to be 12. 12-hour shifts.
Feeling the burden of being a very responsible, driven person, knowing that that's where security lies, but really not having a lot of fun. Right? So you were kind of lamenting that struggle and thinking, can I go to Atlanta and maybe just get into theater for a while? What do you remember me suggesting to you about that?
Dr. Quirk, he's one of the great people on my support team. He said, you're in the federal field, find something in that avenue that's going to give you security, and then you may be able to find adventure and travel within that, but you would definitely love that security, especially in the economic crisis and things of that nature we're going through. You never know what may come about, and that security will keep you stable, and that adventure will come.
Okay. All righty. So you finished up your time with us as chief intern and really had done a terrific job for us to the point that we actually employed you for another whole semester. But then you're really facing the decisions. What am I going to do? Where am I going to go? So, you know, what do you remember us exchanging at that point? What did you leave your internship with in terms of game plan?
One thing Dr. Quirk said, listen, it's down to the wire. You have to come up with something. So I tried different avenues within the post office first. I applied for different internships there, paid internships, and that was not the case. It was not for me. After that, I went to usajobs.gov, and I stalked that website every day. Every day I put in 53 applications, and I did not get referred for over 15 applications, but I did get referred for 2 positions.
Mm-hmm. And those were particularly, you know, one of those big things we emphasized was looking for some adventure. Mm-hmm. You know, you wanted some adventure. So these were pretty kind of some exotic opportunities, weren't they?
Yes, and in my field. It wasn't just being in the federal government. It's in my field.
Meaning specifically doing the assessment stuff.
Yes.
Right, in psychology. Okay.
Yes.
So, so now you said with one of them didn't work out so much, right?
Yeah, originally one, weather wasn't so good anyway, but it did not work out. I was referred, but never heard anything back. Did not hear anything.
Okay. All right. So then we had the one that was left, right?
Yes, in which actually this position was posted 3 times. Something about that number 3. The first time, I was not eligible. I did not qualify. I did not put a lot into it. So I went back and I revamped myself. I revamped my resume. I produced a cover letter and also included my recommendation letter from Dr. Quirk, who brought me to life on paper. And went and applied the second time, and they canceled it. And then I applied the third time, and I said, let's see. And they actually referred me. I said, oh, man. So it was 2 places.
So what's the lesson there?
Don't give up. You have to keep trying.
53 applications in 3 months' time, almost no responses. Got 2 responses. 1 falls away. The other one you have to come back at 3 times, each time refining your aim on that target, right?
Yes.
So that is an illustration of what is so critical in this life. Not just perseverance, but resiliency and refinement of your ability to hit the target. Yes. That was a huge difference, I think, that really got them to pay attention to you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So how did you feel after your interview? How'd that go?
Okay, so they actually reached out and did an interview, and Dr. Quirk prepped me for it, and it was really great. After we did the interview, I was just kind of really excited. I'm like, Dr. Quirk, I don't know how it's going to go. I don't really know. And so Dr. Quirk, he said, well, I spoke with him because I put him down as a reference, and he did reach out. They do check references. He reached out multiple times because he wasn't able, Dr. Quirk is a very busy man, so he wasn't able to get through, but he got through, and they had exchanged a conversation. It was very pleasant. I heard that on both ends. Yeah. And then we were just on edge.
And then you asked me a question right after I had done the
yes.
Phone call with him, and you texted me and said, well, what did he say? What did you say to him?
I'm
right?
nosy. I wanted
to and that was real fresh on my mind, so I quickly just dashed off that text. And I think it's really worthwhile to hear this because this really gets to the heart of what gets people opportunities, gets the doors open. He said, you know, he wanted me to just tell him about you. Mm-hmm. And so I went through the first thing I said that's so important to an employer is you were always punctual or early. You were willing to stay late to get the job done. Always positive and friendly. Able to deal with conflict situations with the interns who she was supervising as chief intern in a calm and mature fashion. And we had some issues that she had to handle. She did a great job with it. We were very impressed. That she is fascinated with the field of psychology and how the human mind works and is enthusiastic and a resourceful learner. That you are respectful and warm with patients, peers, and administrative staff and clinicians. That you are having an amazingly positive work ethic. And that if you needed a parent, I'd adopt you. So, this is an impressive young lady. And so, it took about how long to hear something back from in terms of what they were going to do?
It took over a month. And I was on edge the whole time. And Mom said, I don't know why you're on edge. You got this. I said, well, Mom, I know you say this, and I know I feel that way, but I'm still on edge. And so over a month, it took about, I would say, about 6 weeks. And then I got an email. And it said, boom, congratulations. And I said, oh, this is everything. This is everything that I've been manifesting.
Okay, so
Everything I've been
9
manifesting.
days from today, you will be where doing what?
9 days from today, I will be a neuropsychometrist doing work with a stable job in Hawaii. I'm going to be in Hawaii.
Yes. Very good. Very
So
good.
it's going to be adventure, it's going to be stability, security, and fun. And I made Mom proud.
Amen.
And Dr. Quirk.
Amen. Amen. Good for you.
And I must say, you have to manifest what you want. You can be a floating butterfly, but manifest what you want. And manifestation comes with sacrifice that you have to be willing to make.
Yeah, it's not just an issue of saying, I want this. It's an issue of doing every single smart, resourceful thing you can to make it happen.
And network.
Amen. Amen. Very good. Super. Congratulations.
All right. Thank you. Oh,